Welcome to Mystic Realms Recap. Links are in the description below. Please show some love of the author and me. On to the show.
Not to mention Meng Ze's air troops passing over the base of the kindergarten master. How this little brother's eyes were red, and how envious he drooled. Not to mention, who I died with on the highland plain, where the base was located. The tanks supported by Meng Ze covered the entire ground. Meng Ze waited until all the supporting tanks arrived safely, did not look at the messages sent by the younger brothers, and directly quit the game. Meng Ze was really hungry, but he didn't expect to enter the interstellar world this time. Dozens of hours of bussiness, and almost no time to stop. Now that their support has arrived, the two frontline juniors should be able to withstand a long time. You only need to occasionally use virtual screen projection to pay attention to key information about the interstellar world. There was no emergency, and Meng Ze planned to relax in the real world. In these dozens of hours in the interstellar world, Meng Ze, as the commander, was a little nervous because of the relationship between the relics Zerg. This sudden change made him a little uncomfortable, and the real world was just a place to relax his nerves. Relaxation is the best life. After ordering a quick snack, Meng Ze sat on the balcony and looked out into the distance. The high-rise buildings in Taiyuan are not dense, and Meng Ze's house is located on the edge of the community, with a very wide view. Meng Ze loves the feeling of being condescending and taking in the scenery. Although Meng Ze ordered fast food, he did not think about aggrieving himself, unlike the previous fast food that was stuck at the price and ordered by a small street shop. Since eating meals from 10,000 hotels, Meng Ze now orders food there. Wanjia Hotel originally did not deliver meals, but after Meng Ze charged a card of 200,000 yuan, it could not and became able. It's just that the packing fee and errand running fee are relatively high. But now Meng Ze doesn't care about this, even if the demand for resources in the interstellar world is large. But if he really wants money, he can squeeze out hundreds of thousands of cash casually every day. The ordered fast food was delivered quickly, and Meng Ze ate with relish on the beautiful scenery of Taiyuan. In the mobile phone, there is still no information about Huawei. Meng Ze understands this, because Zhang Lingling said that their company's mobile phone must be handed in at work, and they can only get it back after work in the evening. Vivi doesn't know what kind of job it is, and the working hours are too long. I don't know if she will be willing to resign when the relationship is determined. If the two of you live together, you also have to consider the things that I disappear from time to time, which is a bit big. Meng Ze is already thinking about the future of the two, but I didn't know that the future daughter-in-law in my heart, who was already in her 20s, would be closely monitored by her future mother-in-law and father-in-law because she was suspected of early love. Taiyuan number 7 high school 2nd and 3rd class. Ling Ling, what do you say brother Bai is doing now? Between classes, the girls whispered. How do I know? Zhang Lingling rolled her eyes. Her best friend is enchanted. You said that brother Bai will not be looking for a job. I heard that it is difficult to find a job in Taiyuan. What are you worried about him? Your little white brother seems to be very rich, and he will buy a house and a car when he comes to Taiyuan. Zhang Lingling said nonchalantly. What, my little white brother? Don't talk nonsense. Luo Wei shyly squeezed her girlfriend with her fragrant shoulders. Zhang Lingling was very speechless about Luo Wei's behavior of wanting to cover up Mi Zhang, saying no on her mouth, and her heart had already become the shape of someone else. Seeing that her girlfriend stopped talking and looked lovesick, Zhang Lingling was a little worried about her grades. The schoolwork in the 2nd year of high school is very nervous, and if this continues, Luo Wei's grades are afraid that it will drop very much. But this kind of thing, she vaguely reminded her girlfriend a few times, it was useless. I can't tell the other party, maybe Xiaobai thinks that they are working hard now. I sighed in my heart, it's not easy to be a girlfriend, not only to eat dog food, but also to break my heart for them. Jingguan community. Meng Ze had lunch and slept again. In the next period of time, it should be very busy, and you can sleep a little more if you can sleep a little more. Meng Ze once wondered if the interstellar world was so long, if he rested there, he would save a lot of sleep time, but I don't know how. He sleeps in the interstellar world. No matter how long he sleeps, he can't eliminate exhaustion at all. As if sleeping has no effect. Unbeknownst to Meng Ze, this is the pot left over from the system. He also thought it was because of the different rules of the world. By the time Meng Ze woke up, there were already thousands of lights outside. I got up and called to order food, and then started washing. Facing the mirror, Meng Ze admired his figure. The body is slender and well proportioned, but the sense of strength is not lost. Meng Ze's life is irregular and he has hardly exercised now, but since using the intensive gene regent, his body shape seems to be fixed. If you let the young ladies know this, I am afraid that you will not be envious to death. When Meng Ze entered the interstellar world again, he didn't wait for Hua Wei's text message. He didn't know that the girl he was worried about was reading, and studying under the accompaniment of his mother, and he couldn't even touch his mobile phone. Arriving at the command center, Meng Ze could immediately feel the tension of the entire interstellar world. On the side of the big screen, there are countless message tips. There is a dream corner overtaking brother to report the latest progress of the relic Zerg. There are kindergarten masters and I who are in the same relationship, with the same big guy to contact and feel, and then complain about the pain by the way. There are bun bosses who care about the situation in the new district. There are also their allies, who inform themselves of their action plans at -90 degrees. Meng Ze replied one by one, and finally switched the screen to the front line base at -90 degrees. The mining area, where this base is located, was just snatched from the Zerg at -90 degrees. Now this base is suffering from a fierce counterattack from the Zerg. The current classes of -90 degrees are already second level soldiers. Meng Ze circled and clicked. The legendary level biochemical spearmen. The vitality of the first level soldiers has increased by 4 times, but the attack power is still very low. Bio Lancer, legendary, level 2, population, 1 unit, health force, 400, attack power, 20, defense, 5, speed, 20. However, attack and defense are not much related to soldier level, because Terrans belong to a scientific and technological race, and the most relevant to combat effectiveness is the technology of individual weapon technology level and weapon enhancement. The same second level legendary biochemical spearmen, the vitality is the same, but one is still holding chemical weapons, the other is holding electromagnetic weapons, and the attack power of the latter is likely to be several times more than the former. Of course, weapons also need scientific and technological support, just like the concentrated power pack that Meng Ze once bought, which is the precondition related to electromagnetic weapons. If your energy output is limited, then no matter how good the weapon in your hand is, it cannot fully play its role, and the level of the class determines what kind of technology he can be equipped with. Legendary level troops cannot be equipped with mysterious level weapons. This is a complete set of system linkages, and it is also the reason why many people love and hate high-level buildings and classes. It is too expensive. However, although the second-level legendary soldiers at -90 degrees are still not the opponents of the third-level Zerg class, combined with the data of the Zerg class detected by Meng Ze before several fights, should still be able to fight. Now the Zerg soldiers are still at the ordinary level, but for the same reason. The reason why the relic Zerg is a headache is that it is not too restricted by the rules. After players have reached a higher level, they cannot go back to make up the foundation of the lower level. However, the third level relic Zerg can increase its class level from scratch. If you don't consume the Zerg economy, maybe in a few days, ordinary Zerg will become elites or even legendary Zerg. Players speculate that it may be because the relic Zerg belong to the natural birth of the interstellar world, and the players belong to the aliens. The battle situation is very fierce, and the entire highland plain below is densely packed with Zerg legions. Not only are there fierce battles at the mining intersection, but the Zerg are also inflicting damage on the -90 degrees legion through the long-range attacks of the multi-armored thorny snakes under the cliffs along the edge of various highlands. And it is different from the situation of the kindergarten master base. The act of robbing the mining area at -90 degrees this time, like stabbing a hornet's nest, not only attracted a large number of Zerg troops, but also occupied various key positions, completely cutting off the route of reinforcement at -90 degrees defense. Suddenly a message came from the command center. A nuclear bomb strike has been detected on the battlefield. Meng Ze instantly thought of the strategic weapons building that he had temporarily abandoned because there was no command center, the nuclear bomb well. As an ally of -90 degrees, Meng Ze easily discovers the ghost soldiers in stealth, and the information of the nuclear bomb strike is provided by him. And once the ghost soldiers are destroyed before the nuclear bomb completely locks on the target, the nuclear bomb will self-destruct due to the loss of the target. Now because the ghost soldiers are under heavy protection in the base, there is obviously no such problem. The Zerg apparently also sensed the danger, and were evacuating the Legion with all their might, but due to the large number of troops, it was crowded. Before the Zerg could completely evacuate, nuclear bombs fell from the sky. With a loud explosion, a mushroom cloud soared into the air. Within a radius of 1 kilometer, there are no bones of the Zerg class. Further out, the Zerg within a radius of more than 3 kilometers were severely damaged, and the closer they got to the center of the explosion, the more severely they were damaged. Meng Ze took a screenshot and sent it to -90 degrees. Awesome. 90 degrees below zero returned a smiley plus a number, 1,000,000. This is estimated to be the price of a nuclear bomb. Although the nuclear bomb is powerful, but losing the nuclear bomb is losing money. If it is replaced by soldiers to consume the Zerg, the result may be greater. So it's hard to say whether this thing is cost-effective or not, but sometimes it's not as cost-effective as possible. Like now, reinforcements can't get in, but nuclear bombs can ignore the Zerg blockade. At this time, the commander can choose according to his needs. Meng Ze carefully reviewed the effect of the battlefield nuclear bomb strike, and found that the resistance of the high-level Zerg was indeed too high. Under the attack of the nuclear bomb, only the Zerg within the most central diameter of 1 kilometer were completely destroyed, and the peripheral ones were at most disabled. It seems that nuclear bombs are also not omnipotent. Perhaps this is also related to the level of science and technology. Now -90 degrees can be produced. At most tactical nuclear bombs, the power is not great. However, if there is really a super powerful nuclear bomb, you can't just throw it on the battlefield. Otherwise, what if you blow up your own people? One nuclear bomb down, the situation of the Zerg pressing on the battlefield is better, and the troops are not so dense. It seems that the wisdom of the Zerg command is not low, which is very different from the performance of the brainless Zerg troops. In the previous kindergarten master base, the Zerg forces are dispersed, which is naturally easier to evade nuclear bomb strikes, but the firepower of the attack is also correspondingly reduced. The original shaky defense line of the base mine has stabilized again. Meng Ze saw this and was relieved. It seems that -90 degrees is a reliable ally. The resources to upgrade the command center have long been sufficient. Meng Ze opted directly for the upgrade. 50 million crystal are deducted, and the large screen of the command center began to display the unlocking progress bar. Originally, Meng Ze thought that the command center upgrade would be carried out so prosaic. Suddenly, a loud roar came, and the command center was shaking violently. I'm grooving. Upgrading a command center will be so big. Isn't it just to unlock a lock? Meng Ze was shocked and quickly switched the vision of the command center to his own base. But Meng Ze's mine is shining generously, and in the vicinity of the original crystal pile, one new pile after another is rapidly being generated. Meng Ze couldn't believe his eyes. He had never heard of the crystal mine being able to continue to expand after it was generated. Meng Ze watched in amazement as pile after pile of crystal are quickly generated, and when the 100th pile finished growing, the command center was just ready to unlock. Meng Ze looked at the newly generated pile information, which was exactly the same as the original pile. Meng Ze switched the screen to the main base at -90 degrees, and the other mining area still only had 20 piles of mines, which did not increase due to the upgrade of the command center. After a while, Meng Ze finally accepted the fact that he was a hang-up. If every time my command center is upgraded, the mining area expands 1 round, then what meaning can the outside pile have to me besides being a camouflage? Unconfidently, he asked the system about the camouflage of the mining area again, and the system gave a reassuring answer. Although the process of increasing the ore pile surprised Meng Ze, I have to say that the increased ore pile is really fragrant. Meng Ze arranged for the construction of the nano-mining machine as soon as possible, and the new ore pile should be utilized as soon as possible. Meng Ze is a bit of a pity for the old unmanned mining machine before, because the occupied area was recycled by him. Otherwise it can be completely topped. The command center has been successfully upgraded, and Meng Ze has a lot to do next. The first is the upgrading of various class buildings. After asking the dog-headed bun, the other party provided only a drawing. The supply station, secondary level, mysterious. The supply station is always a drawing of oversupply, and the dog-headed bun directly gave a low price of a second-level mysterious drawing, 2 million. Dog-head bun is actually still a little puzzled by Meng Ze's behavior, and even persuaded him. Brother, what's the use of how well you build it now? The level has not reached the 3rd level. Take the initiative to enter the chaotic battlefield, and the building has a probability of being downgraded. If you want to rely on 2nd level technology to fight against the relic Zerg, Brother Bun has to pour a wave of cold water on you first. Difficult, really very difficult. The relic Zerg will occupy more and more mining areas behind. How do you fight with him? You might as well save some mines for your family and start over. Anyway, you have the support of your family, and it is definitely better to start over than you are now. The dog-headed bun was indeed kind, and Meng Ze sincerely thanked him, but he didn't really have a choice. Seeing Meng Ze's appearance, he knew that his old brother did not intend to repent, and the dog-headed bun sighed and hung up the communication. I hope my little brother will turn back when he hits the south wall. As soon as the drawings for the supply station were in hand, Meng Ze arranged for all the engineering troops to go out together to upgrade the original supply station. There is no change in the function of the remodeled supply station. At most, the supply range is larger and can provide a higher level of energy. Then Meng Ze found another big guy, Dream Star Night Glow. Fantasy Star Knight is a cold-faced person who occasionally pays attention to Meng Ze during this time. especially when there are special circumstances in the new district. In the face of Meng Ze's request, and knowing Meng Ze's situation, Dream Star Night Light directly gave almost a full set of second-level mysterious technology, allowing Meng Ze to choose the second-level mysterious drawings of the architectural category, the 9 types of biochemical arsenals, forges, airports, biochemical research institutes, engineering research institutes, heavy equipment research institutes, missile launch pads, fortresses, and scientific stations, are all sold at a price of 20 million, and the prices of these buildings in the free market are high and low, but on the whole, at least Meng Ze is given a 9-fold discount. Of course, Meng Ze is embarrassed to buy one of them separately, but I can't afford them all. In addition, Dream Star Night Glow also provides a full set of evolution technology for the second-level soldier type, composite armor, single soldier, mysterious level, individual defense armor, basic defense ability 5 points, strong magnetic Gauss rifle, lancer, mystery level, a powerful individual weapon, with an attack limit of 50 points, composite armor, heavy armor, mystery level, new heavy equipment defensive armor, basic defense ability 10 points, concentrated power package, land-based, mysterious level, a device that uses fusion energy as the core power, with an instantaneous power output limit of 120 CTS, strong electromagnetic cannon, reloaded, mysterious level, high-energy electromagnetic cannon, depending on the size of the magnetic force. The power of the electromagnetic cannon changes accordingly, and the attack limit is 200. Concentrated power package space-based, mysterious level, a device that uses fusion energy as the core power, with an instantaneous power output limit of 60 CTS. Light alloy, air-based, mysterious level, a light alloy material with excellent defense ability 5 points, high-energy ammunition, air-based, mysterious level, greatly increases the power of air-based ammunition, with an attack limit of 100 points. Meng Ze has already bought the power pack, and the others are all available, 15 million each, quite a favorable price. Meng Ze calculated that if he wanted to buy all these things, he would need 300 million crystal mines. Not much. When the new Meng Ze mine is fully operational, Meng Ze will have more than 360 million in revenue a day. Less is not a lot. After Meng Ze upgraded the command center, the remaining crystal mines are now about 40 million, which is too far away. Big guy, can you help me keep these things? I want them all, but now there are only 40 million crystal mines, and I won't be able to make them up until tomorrow, Meng Ze asked. After listening to Meng Ze's words, Dream Star Night waved his hand and said, "You give 40 million first, and the rest will give you 2 days to make up for it. If you can't do it, you are ready to say goodbye to this game." Although the big guy's words were very polite, Meng Ze ignored the latter part, and only felt the atmosphere and domineering spirit of the Dream Star Night Glow boss. "Thank you, big guy, for taking care of you. Don't worry, within 2 days, I will definitely make up a lot of crystal ore," Meng Ze promised solemnly. Dream Star Night nodded indifferently, and said, "Then that's it, the things will be sent to you later, and it will be hung up if it's okay." Watching the video cut, Meng Ze didn't know what to say. Then Meng Ze and others came to a purchase agreement, which was the conditions that had just been determined with the Dream Star Night Glow. Meng Ze signed the agreement, and within a few minutes, Fantasy Star Night Light transmitted all the things Meng Ze had purchased. Meng Ze took out the second-level technology concentrated power pack that he had purchased from the dog head bun earlier. Concentrated power pack, single soldier, mysterious level, a device that uses fusion energy as the core power, with an instantaneous power output limit of 30 CTS. Now, the full set of secondary technologies is complete. Of course, the cost is also enormous. Just the purchase of drawings and technical chips has already cost 300 million. The next step was to renovate and upgrade the original building, which was more expensive than buying drawings due to the large number of Meng Ze buildings. Then create troops, and the mysterious level troops are several times more expensive than ordinary troops. It can be said that the core of this whole set of operations is 2 words: burning mines. With such a huge consumption, who can withstand it without the support of huge resources? Meng Ze imported the same drawings as chips into the core brain of the command center, and the heart was dripping blood with each import. Instantly in debt, Meng Ze once again felt the taste of poverty that he had almost forgotten. After the import was completed, Meng Ze looked at the conditions for upgrading each building. The supply station does not count. The cheapest other buildings should be missile launch pads and fortresses, and one can be upgraded for 300,000. And the class building, the cheapest biochemical arsenal, costs 4 million upgrades. Forges and airfields, upgrades are 8 million. If it is newly built, the price of the second level mysterious level biochemical arsenal is 5 million. and the second-level mysterious level forge and airport are 10 million. These 3 buildings alone cost nearly 200 million. Now Meng Ze sees his own buildings, and feels like each one has the word, lack of money, written on it. The impoverished Meng Ze had no choice but to devote his limited resources first to upgrading supply stations, missile launch pads, and fortresses. Their own home mining area is becoming more and more perverted. Meng Ze has made up his mind that he must not allow anyone the opportunity to spy on his home mine. The disguise of the system can fool remote prying eyes, but if everyone else comes to your house, can you fool you? Meng Ze has no bottom anyway? The way to put an end to this situation is to turn the area around your base into a hedgehog. The defense is impenetrable, and the defense circle must be expanded. Meng Ze, who had nothing to do, refocused on the situation at -90 degrees. The front line bases are still in a stalemate, and the losses of troops on both sides are very large. -90 degrees dominates geographically, while the Zerg have a rank advantage. In general, the consumption of the Zerg is greater, but the Zerg has now spread to a range of nearly 2,500 kilometers on both the north and south sides. This is still in the case of organized resistance from players. As a simple estimate, the relic Zerg now have at least 100 mines. If -90 degrees had not relied on family support, it would have been impossible to sustain it now. For a period of time, Meng Ze judged by the battlefield traces that he held this base at -90 degrees and lost no less than 20 nuclear bombs. On the side of the kindergarten master, the Zerg used a small number of troops to maintain the pressure on him. Although the troops are small, the kindergarten masters do not dare to fight out. Once he loses his geographical advantage, the Zerg can easily ravage him. The situation in the main base with whom I belonged is not bad, but the original 2 submines have been broken by the Zerg. Even when the Meng Ze tanks arrived, he divided his forces to help defend the mining area, but it still doesn't work for a bitter haha like him. It is too difficult to want to defend more. After checking the frontline information, Meng Ze exited the interstellar world. Not drowsy for a while, Meng Ze sat on the balcony and played with his phone. Meng Ze specially set Lua Weiss message reminder, even in the interstellar world, with the help of the system, can be received. But until now, there is no information. Meng Ze was afraid that it would be inconvenient to call directly, so he simply contacted Zhang Lingling. Lingling, are you off work? Of course it's off work, what's wrong? Zhang Lingling was surprised to receive a call from Meng Ze, and it was the first time Meng Ze had taken the initiative to call her after knowing her for so long. Oh, I sent a message to Huawei today. She hasn't replied yet. I'm a little worried, but I'm afraid that she will be inconvenient, so I called you to ask. Meng Ze said, Heave, little white brother, you really care about Weiwei. Zhang Lingling said with a smile. Meng Ze did not deny it, but asked Zhang Lingling to help take care of Huawei, and there was something to find him. Hearing Meng Ze say this, Zhang Lingling thought of Lua Weiss' recent state. She said, Vivi has not been very concentrated recently. We use more brains for work, and the time is long. I feel that her energy cannot keep up. Of course, Zhang Lingling knows what is going on, but she can't say she can only talk about it from the side. She didn't expect Meng Ze to really help, but just wanted to persuade Huawei through Meng Ze's mouth. Is it overuse of the brain? Meng Ze asked nervously. It's excessive lovesickness, Zhang Lingling said in her heart, but naturally he didn't say that, but admitted it according to Meng Ze's words. Thank you Lingling, I want to think of a way. Hanging up, Meng Ze frowned. The real world naturally has a lot of so-called things that nourish the mind and nourish the brain, but most of them are like goods, and even some eat them and have disadvantages. Meng Ze thought for a while and felt that he still couldn't expect something from the real world. I just don't know if there are such items in the interstellar world, and I can bring out the effect of strengthening genetic reagents. Maybe you can also get something useful for Huawei in it. Thinking of this, Meng Ze enters the interstellar world again. Meng Ze is now more and more familiar with the interstellar world, which is almost his second home. The other side, Zhang Lingling ended the call and called Huawei casually. The ringtone of the mobile phone came to mind, and Huawei was so nervous that her heart beat slowly. Don't be a little white brother. The girl's hand holding the pen squeezed tightly, praying in her heart. Mother Hua on the side, hearing the mobile phone ringing, quickly took it over and looked at it, which showed Zhang Lingling's name. Lua Weiss' mother glanced at her nervous daughter and connected the phone directly. Wait until Zhang Lingling's voice comes out before handing the phone to her daughter. Lua Wei took the phone and looked at her mother. Mother Lua glanced at her daughter sideways and said, well, now that I've grown up, I can't keep my mother on the phone. Saying so, Mother Lua still got up and walked out and closed the door smoothly, leaving some privacy space for her daughter. Hey, Ling, it's me. Vivi, what happened just now? How come I heard my aunt's voice? Hearing Lua Weiss' words, Zhang Lingling breathed a sigh of relief, feeling like being a thief now. The mobile phone is next to my mother. I don't know what's going on. As soon as I came home today, my mother asked this and that. Even when I went into the room to do homework, she stayed by the side. Lua Wei said with some distress. Shouldn't your mother find out you're in love? Zhang Lingling guessed. Lua Wei was shocked in her heart, and said unconfidently, won't it? It's not strange, think about your state in school. Did you have this after you went home? I don't want to, but I can't help it. It's miserable. Lua Wei covered her forehead in pain. You better think about your study first. It's almost the monthly exam. If your grades drop this time, you will be really miserable. Zhang Lingling struck a hot iron to remind her girlfriend. Taiyuan No. 7 Middle School is rigorous and very strict with students, and the results of each monthly exam need to be signed by parents, and the grades drop too much, and there will even be home visits. Zhang Lingling's words made Lua Wei even more panicked. Zhang Lingling comforted Lua Wei for a while before talking about the purpose of the call. Brother Xiaobai sent you a message, but you never replied, so he called me. Okay, I'll take a look now. Lua Wei kept on the phone with her girlfriend, and directly flipped through Meng Ze's messages. Seeing Meng Ze ask her where she went to work and wanted to pick her up and commute, I suddenly had a headache. A lie often needs more lies to cover up. Ling, what do you say I should do? Tell your girlfriend Meng Ze's information, and ask her to help her come up with ideas. What else can be done? Sooner or later this kind of thing can't be covered up, or find a chance for you to confirm the relationship with Brother Xiaobai, and then tell him, I see that Brother Xiaobai likes you so much. I won't want you because you're still studying. Is that okay? Lua Wei is a bit of a sixth god and masterless. In fact, the girl is not without opinions. In Taiyuan 7th Middle School, Lua Wei does not know how many overt and covert suitors she has rejected. When refusing, it is simply neat, leaving no room for it. It's just that when you meet someone you really like, you become sick and hesitant, all because you care too much. Definitely, you also have to let Brother Bai have a mental preparation. Don't be confused when uncles and aunts come to the door. Zhang Lingling quipped. Oh, Ling, you crow's mouth. The girl did not follow the way. Hanging up the phone, Lua Wei told Meng Ze that she had been busy for the past 2 days and had no time to pay attention to her mobile phone, and then made an appointment to meet on the weekend. Lua Wei's message was sent and received at Meng Ze, in the interstellar world for the first time. Seeing the message, Meng Ze was both happy and sad. The good news is that Lua Wei still cares about him, but the sad thing is that what Zhang Lingling said is really true. Lua Wei is already so busy that she has no time to read the information. On the big screen of the command center, there are many items that your brain has just searched for. It's all energy replenishing things, but after asking the system, these are only available to commanders. And Meng Ze, because he has used the most advanced strengthening gene regent, almost all of the items in it have no effect on him. Looking at the list of hundreds of pages, if you look for it one by one, you don't know when to find it. Meng Ze did not dare to add restrictions that could be used to the outside world, and even ordinary people in the other world, so he could only query from a large number of items. After looking for a while, Meng Ze suddenly slapped the door of the head. He didn't know. You can find someone to ask. Meng Ze first thought about the people he was familiar with. The Dream Star Nightway boss first ruled out. This big guy is too shrewd to provoke. The Bun boss is an alternative. 90 degrees below zero. Meng Ze doesn't really know much, especially his background, and it's not suitable to ask these questions. Dream Corner overtaking this little brother, a bit of a jack of all trades look, should be the first choice to ask questions, but even if you ask, pay attention to the way. Meng Ze thought for a moment and decided to use the deceptive approach. Let the wisdom brain connect the communication of the Dream Corner overtaking. Sure enough, he is worthy of being a big guy, and even the Relixerd can't shake the principle of the big guy playing games in a relaxed manner. The communication is connected, and the Dream Corner overtaking first sends a sincere horse fart. He also didn't expect that under such great pressure from the Relixerd, his boss could withdraw from this world every 3 to 5, as if he didn't care at all. This kind of thing can't be rushed. Brother, I have something I want to ask you, Meng Ze said. Big guy, please say. I've heard people say that there are some things in the interstellar world that can be brought to the outside world for use. I don't know if it's true. It's true. The most famous is the strengthening gene regent potion used by our commander. Dream Corner overtaking without thinking about the answer. I definitely know that the enhanced gene regent is not what I am talking about, but brought to the outside world for ordinary people to use, such as what refreshes the mind and strengthens the brain. Meng Ze walked around and mentioned the items he wanted, something that ordinary people can use. Dream Bend overtook for a moment. There are also them, but there are not many types, and the price is also very expensive. Not worth it. How is it not worth it? Dream Bend overtook a glance at his boss. and he was accustomed to the ignorance of the confidant boss about the interstellar world. Big guy, because this kind of item, there are in the interstellar world, and you can find similar ones in the outside world, and they are much cheaper, which is just a rare picture. Dream Bend Overtaking said, haha, knowing that there is such an item, Meng Ze suddenly felt better and said with a smile, isn't the picture a rarity? Don't care too much about the price. The world of the big guy, I really don't understand. Dream Corners Overtake the Heart Road. If the big guy really wants to buy it, then the little brother recommends you the brain extract of the brain worm, which is extracted from the brain of the head of the Zerg in the interstellar world, which can strengthen the activity of brain nerve cells, and the effect is very good. However, because only Zerg above the second level can catch brain worms when they are exterminated, and they may not be available every time, so the production of this thing is small, and the price is also very high. The relic Zerg in our district, if you can exterminate the clan, maybe you can also catch brain worms. Okay, I see. Brainworm brain extract. I'll go to the free market to see if there is one. Meng Ze said, big guy, pay attention not to be fooled. Different grades of brainworm brain extract, the price is very different. Be careful that others take low-level brainworm extract to pass off as high-level. Dream Bend Overtaking reminds Meng Ze of the road. Thank you. Meng Ze nodded. Serve the big guy. Hang up the communication. Dream of Overtaking on the corner is a little excited. The big guy's thighs, hugging a little tighter, should be more than the knees. As he interacted more and more with Meng Ze, Dream Bend overtook and found that Meng Ze didn't care about the so-called resources. Since signing the agreement with him, Meng Ze has never asked unless he voluntarily turned it in. What does this indicate? It shows that the big guy doesn't care, and it also proves that this is a very proud big guy. Coupled with the mysterious background looming behind Meng Ze, don't hurry up and hug his thighs while he hasn't grown up, let alone when. Meng Ze sighed. After knowing the specifics, things are easy to handle. Ask questions to find the little brother, of course. Buy things to find the big guy, and don't worry about being deceived. Calls for the communication of the dog-headed bun. As soon as Meng Ze was connected, he got straight to the point. Bun boss, I want to buy brain extract for brain worms. Do you have it there? Brother, that thing is useless except for rarity. You have to buy. Any planet in the Imperial Federation has genetic items that strengthen neuroactivity. The effect is similar, the price is half lower. There is no need to buy this kind of thing in the interstellar world. The dog-headed bun opened his mouth to tell the truth. Without fooling Meng Ze, big guy, what you want is rare, the kind of casual that can be obtained. I don't want it. Meng Ze said with a look of course. The dog-headed bun was speechless, and he really wanted to hit him. The dog was big. Let's say, how many levels do you want? The price is not cheap. 10 million for the second level, 50 million for the third level, and I don't have it here for the fourth and fifth levels. I'm really expensive, Meng Ze said heartily. Looking at the poor crystal or value that he had just recovered a little, Meng Ze pretended not to care. Of course, the big guy has to buy the big guy. First come to a second level one, taste the taste, and then see if you want to buy a better one. This forced pretense is too unscrupulous. How does the dog-headed bun feel familiar with the smell? Could it be that Meng Ze's little brother learned it with himself? Through the platform docking private transactions, the dog-head bun quickly dismissed Meng Ze. This little brother has been floating recently. Is it because the pressure given by the relic Zerg is too great? And no matter what the dog-head bun thinks, as soon as the brain worm's brain extract is in hand, Meng Ze hurriedly consulted the system, whether this thing can be used by ordinary people, and most importantly, whether it can be brought back to the real world through the system. Receiving a confirmed answer from the system, Meng Ze's heart completely settled. Now I am relatively poor, and when I have money, I can buy a little more of this thing. Give it to my younger brother, and one for my parents at home. Although parents' increased brain nerve activity seems to be of little use, it should be used to prevent Alzheimer's disease in advance. Meng Ze thought about these things in his heart, and felt more and more that the interstellar world had great potential to be tapped. Crystal ore for cash is not necessarily the best. If you use crystal ore to buy some special items, maybe the value is higher, and you can help yourself exchange for something that money can't buy. These things are not urgent, and compared to the development of the interstellar world, everything else seems to be secondary now. After withdrawing from the interstellar world, Meng Ze carefully stored the brain worm brain extract in the upper layer of the refrigerator, and kept it at low temperatures. Solving a troublesome thing in his mind, Meng Ze became happy, but the purchase just now also reminded Meng Ze of his long-lost parents. Thinking about the trip that he wanted to go home, but couldn't make it, Meng Ze is a little regretful. At the moment, it is even more inappropriate to go back, and the threat of the relic Zerg is like a sharp sword hanging overhead. He said that he didn't care about his little brother, but Meng Ze knew that he wanted to destroy the relic Zerg immediately. It's just that the conditions are not in place now, and we must not be hasty and patient. After calling home, Meng Ze's eyes were a little moist when he heard the parents on the other end of the phone. Now that I think about it, that's all that remains of the conversation with my parents. Many things in life are inconvenient to say, and things at work are not on the same channel. What's more, now Meng Ze is just an unemployed vagrant, if you have to calculate it. I don't know if being a commander counts. Meng Ze told his parents on the phone that he had changed places and came to Taiyuan to start his own business. Faced with his parents' concerns, Meng Ze only said that he had successfully started his business and officially started his career. Then in the refusal of their parents, they still transferred 200,000 to them. Spend not to say, at least there is food in hand and there is no panic. After ending the call with his parents, Meng Ze chatted with his younger brother Meng Tan for a while, and then transferred 50,000 yuan of living expenses to his younger brother, in the joke of, the boss is mighty. This money, for Meng Tan, the student party, is undoubtedly a windfall from heaven, as long as he does not squander it at will. It is enough for him to use it for a while, temporarily resolving all the worries in his heart. Meng Ze is in a good mood. Lying in bed, I slept beautifully, and when I woke up, it was already dawn. This sleep eliminated all the exhaustion in Meng Ze's mind. When Meng Ze got up, he didn't rush into the interstellar world to return the 260 million crystal ore of the Dream Star Night Glow. According to his current output, it will take almost 7 or 8 hours. I used the virtual screen projection to pay attention to the situation in the interstellar world, and this night, the situation has changed a little. The most critical front-line base at -90 degrees is already crumbling. Judging by the marks on the ground, the number of nuclear bombs dropped at -90 degrees exceeded at least 50. This is still a clear trace, and those traces that repeatedly explode in the same place, or have been buried by the flesh and blood of the Zerg, I don't know how many. However, at this time, at the front line base at -90 degrees, all the buildings that were originally used as obstacles at the front end have been destroyed. Inside the base, some buildings are still burning, and it can be judged that the Zerg have even broken through the defense line. However, -90 degrees is not a person who sits still. He took advantage of the Zerg to mobilize troops to attack his front line base, and when part of the mining area was empty, he successfully took another base and opened up a second battlefield. The base of the other two younger brothers has not changed, and it is still only a small tug of war. It seems that the Zerg obviously shifted the direction of attack and wanted to gnaw off the hard bone of -90 degrees first. Meng Ze waited until dinner before entering the interstellar world. At this time, his crystal or resources had accumulated to more than 300 million. The first time to pay off the debt of the Dream Star Night Glow, Meng Ze's heart was relieved, and now he can finally let go of his hands and feet to develop himself. The first is the biochemical arsenal. 40 million crystal mines can complete the reconstruction of 10 biochemical arsenals. All engineers abandoned the work of supplying stations, missile launch pads, and bunker buildings that had not yet been upgraded, and devoted themselves to the reconstruction of the biochemical arsenal. It is estimated that the reconstruction of all biochemical arsenals can be completed in more than 2 hours. The second priority is the upgrading of science station technology. When Meng Ze is at the first level, the level is not enough to upgrade the science station technology. In the next war, the scientific spaceship, an anti-hidden weapon, is an extremely important force for Meng Ze to fight the Zerg in the wild. Science spacecraft has 3 capabilities: defense matrix, commonly known as protective cover, radiation, and EMP electromagnetic shockwave. Protective shields can add energy shields to specific units, which is a means of protecting important units. Radiation is a means of attack against living organisms, and if the radiation designation unit is successful, even the creatures near it will be damaged by radiation. The EMP electromagnetic shockwave is aimed at the energy field, and Meng Ze did not figure out how to use this. Anyway, in the war against the Zerg, it will definitely not be used. The 3 technologies do not require many resources. Meng Ze immediately started research, and although the last one is not known for the time being, Meng Ze has also been upgraded. Anyway, there is not much money, just in case. At the same time, the construction of science spacecraft began, and the first batch of Meng Ze was built, only 500 of them. Category: Science spacecraft. Level 1. Population: 4 units. Life force: 200. Attack damage: 0. Defense: 1. Speed: 200. Manufacturing demand: 500 units of crystal ore. Description: an airborne field control unit that can detect stealth and can have skills such as defense matrix, EMP electromagnetic shock wave and radiation. 2 hours later, The transformation of the biochemical arsenal was completed. Meng Ze immediately checked the new class information. All class attributes were greatly improved, and the Spitfire did not change its attack power because it did not change the new weapon system, and the cost performance became very poor. Biochemical Lancer, Level 2 Mysterious, Population, 1 unit, Life Force, 1000, Attack Power, 50 plus 9, Technology Bonus, Defense Power, 5 plus 5, Technology Bonus, Speed, 30 plus 5, Technology Bonus, Manufacturing Requirements, 2000 units of Crystal Ore, Spitfire, Level 2 Mysterious, Population, 1 unit, Life Force, 1000, Attack Power, 20 plus 9, Technology Bonus, Defense Power, 5 plus 5, Technology Bonus, Speed, 30 plus 5, Technology Bonus, Manufacturing Requirement, 3000 units of Crystal Ore. Medic, Level 2 Mysterious, Population, 1 unit, Health Force, 1000, Resilience, 100 plus 40, Technology Bonus, Vitality, Minute, Defense, 5 plus 5, Technology Bonus, Speed, 30 plus 5, Technology Bonus, Manufacturing Requirement, 3000 units of Crystal Ore. Meng Ze's existing biochemical soldiers are all still first-class soldiers, and need to return to the new biochemical arsenal for renovation and upgrading. Each biochemical Lancer costs 1900 Crystal Ore, Spitfire transformation costs 2800 Crystal Ore, and Medical Soldier transformation costs 2800 Crystal Ore. Seeing this fee, Meng Ze almost vomited blood. No wonder others were reluctant to use mysterious level troops. Meng Ze learned about it, and the second level ordinary gunner is only 200 Crystal Ore. Of course, compared to the mysterious level soldiers, the attributes of ordinary soldiers have also dropped sharply. The vitality is only 200, and the attack and defense are not counted as technology bonuses, because high-level armor cannot be loaded, only 2 points of defensive basic armor, and the attack limit will also be greatly limited because it cannot be equipped with high-level power packs, and the upper limit is 20 points. The gap between the two is quite obvious. If it is against the Relic Zerg, the second-level ordinary soldiers can't even break the defense against multi-armor thorny snakes and multi-legged lurkers, while the second-level mysterious level spearmen can cause great damage to them, and under the superior strength, they can completely fight. Meng Ze now has a production capacity of about 1.6 million per hour, interstellar world time, which can only meet the transformation of more than 800 gunners. This progress makes Meng Ze look bitter. He now has more than 30,000 biochemical spearmen. If you add the Spitfires and medics, the number is as high as more than 50,000. And the cost of transformation is more than 100 million, and Meng Ze's head is bigger. He now somewhat understands why those players don't engage in all the mysterious classes, which is really too expensive. Do you want to find someone to borrow some money? Meng Ze had such an idea in his mind, and then dismissed it. Among the people I know, it is estimated that only the Dream Star Night Glowing boss cannot put 100 million crystal ore in their eyes. The problem is, you just went to pay back the money on the front foot, and ran to borrow money on the back foot. Isn't this hitting yourself in the face? Dog-headed buns may be able to get 100 million. The problem is that borrowing money is such a thing, hurting feelings. Meng Ze thought about it or forgot it. 100 million, for yourself, returning to reality for 5 or 6 hours is almost enough. Meng Ze was about to withdraw from the interstellar world, when a communication suddenly came from -90 degrees. The communication was connected, and the -90 degrees on the other side looked excited, completely without the exhaustion of Meng Ze's imagination under the pressure. Haha, Meng Ze, have you seen my battle? 90 degrees below zero laughed, and asked, I've seen it before. Is there any change just now? Meng Ze asked hurriedly. Ah, no. Then is there anything you want to say? Meng Ze understood, and this buddy came to find a sense of existence in his place. With a twist of thought, Meng Ze knew what to say. I saw you open up a new battlefield before. This move is simply a stroke of God. The Zerg can't defend against it. Meng Ze's praise was sincere, and when I first saw it before, I felt that -90 degrees was particularly useful. I can't fight with you in one place, so take the opportunity to move the battlefield. The mines of the Relic Zerg are all newly occupied, and there are always places that cannot be taken into account. All of these places are targets that can be hit. Seeing Meng Ze at -90 degrees, he set his pride as soon as he opened his mouth, and immediately felt that Meng Ze was his confidant. Sure enough, it is someone who is qualified to be an ally with me, and the vision is poison. 90 degrees below zero heart path. Haha, Meng Ze, you've won the prize. You don't know, for more than a day, I'm just so cool. Seeing Meng Ze listening carefully, The interest of the -90-degree conversation was even higher. My family is a military and political family, and my father wanted me to be able to go into politics, but I have loved the military since I was a child. This time, I finally won my father's consent and entered the interstellar world to practice. If I fail this time, I will probably never have a chance to start again, so I desperately tried to stop the Zerg. You are also a commander, but you certainly haven't commanded a large-scale Legion battle yet, and this feeling is simply addictive. At the end, close your eyes at -90 degrees and take a few deep breaths to calm yourself down. With a solemn face, he said to Meng Ze, "Meng Ze, you must help me this time. I don't want to go back to politics. Being a commander is my dream." Nearby, the only people who can pose a threat to the ruins Zerg are me and you, and everyone else is unreliable. You must help me. At the end of the words, -90 degrees was emphasized again. Meng Ze nodded and said solemnly, "Don't worry, I promise." Seeing that Meng Ze agreed without hesitation, he smiled at -90 degrees. "From today on, you are my true friend. My name is Su Ying, Emperor Star Su family. Meng Ze, grandson of Meng Zhaowen, I made you a friend." Meng Ze also reported the identity of his replacement. As a military and political family, the name of the 3-star general of the Imperial Federation is naturally known at -90 degrees. Suddenly, I and Meng Ze are the same kind of people. After informing each other of their real identities, both sides felt a big step closer. Meng Ze asked the system to focus on -90 degrees as well, allowing him to wake him up during sleep in an emergency. At this point, Meng Ze's attention list in the interstellar world has reached 4, Dream Bend Overtaking, Doghead Bun, Dream Star Night Glow, -90 degrees, and the system will remind him in the case of emergency calls and emergency messages from these people. Meng Ze has no doubt about the wisdom of the system, and the system has always grasped this degree well. This makes Meng Ze very suspicious that the system is some kind of mysterious life, but the system does not answer this question, and he cannot find evidence. Exiting the interstellar world, Meng Ze went to sleep early in order to have enough energy tomorrow. The next morning, Meng Ze finished breakfast and entered the interstellar world. At the first time, all the biochemical soldiers lined up to enter the transformation process. Biochemical soldiers are transformed slightly faster than production. A few hours later, the biochemical soldiers had all completed their transformations. Meng Ze's men suddenly added 38,000 units of second-level mysterious biochemical lancers, 16,000 units of Spitfire-atiers, and 5,000 units of medical soldiers. After the renovation is completed, Meng Ze has more than 40 million resources left, so another 20,000 units of biochemical lancers were replenished. In the past few days, Meng Ze has thought about it, and combined his actual situation with the biochemical gunmen as the main force to experiment with a tactic. Meng Ze named it the Lancer Flow Mobile Combat Tactic. This tactic uses a large number of gunners as the core of the attack, with scientific spaceships and with a small number or even no tanks to engage the Zerg on the move. A total of nearly 80,000 biological and chemical soldiers were divided into multiple group formations, standing neatly in the Meng Ze headquarters base. Dark red individual armor, strong magnetic Gauss rifles reflecting cold light, murderous aura rushing into the sky. The army of nearly 80,000 people was silent, quietly waiting for Meng Ze's orders. Looking at them, Meng Ze felt his blood and confidence swell dramatically. Before leaving for the expedition, after a long time, Meng Ze once again asked Jabrain to count his list of information, and compared to the first time, the change in the list was simply earth-shaking. Commander name, Meng Ze. Commander level, level 2. Commander bonus, 50% increase in building production, R&D, collection, and construction efficiency, and 5% reduction in consumption. Number of command centers, 5. Number of troops, 60,000 nano-miners, 6,000 engineering units, 58,000 biochemical lancers, second-level mysterious, 16,000 units of Spitfire, second-level mysterious, 5,000 units of medical soldiers, second-level mysterious, 13,000 tanks, 580 ghost fighters, 6,000 transport aircraft. Number of buildings, supply station, mysterious level, 220, second-level mysterious, 100, biochemical arsenal, second-level mysterious level, 10, engineering research institute, mysterious level, 5, biochemical research institute, mysterious level, 1, forge, mysterious level, 10, airport, mysterious level, 9, Heavy Equipment Research Institute, mysterious level, 6, Missile Launch Pad, mysterious level, 50, second level mysterious, 100, Fortress, mysterious level, 50, second level mysterious, 30, Science Station, mysterious level 2, 1 Satellite Station, Annex, 4 nuclear bomb wells, Annex, 10 mechanical depots, Annex, 1 physics laboratory, Annex, 9 control towers, Annex, 1 espionage research center, Annex, core technology, building strength level 5, building armor level 5, individual armor level 5, individual power level 5, individual weapon level 9, biochemical synthesis level 4, stimulant level 4, blinding level 4, heavy equipment power package level 3, aerospace power package level 3, land-based armor level 3, land-based weapons level 3, space armor level 3, space weapons level 3, fortress mode level 2, long-range detection level 1, nuclear research level 1, other technologies, defense matrix, science ship, EMP electromagnetic blaster, science ship, radiation, science ship, stealth, ghost fighter, stealth, ghost soldier, lock, ghost soldier, enhanced technology, concentrated power pack, single soldier, second level mysterious, composite armor, single soldier, second level mysterious, strong magnetic Gauss rifle, gunner, second level mysterious, composite armor, heavy loaded, second level mysterious, concentrated power package, land-based, second level mysterious, strong electromagnetic cannon, heavy loaded, second level mysterious, concentrated power package, air-based, second level mysterious, light alloy, air-based, second level mysterious, high energy ammunition, air-based, second level mysterious.
Thank you for watching Mystic Realms Recap. Please like, share and subscribe. Have a great day.